Starting out early this morning, and I'm going to use a drill, 3 pieces of wire, army green, peridot, and teal in the 22 gauge wire. This looks easy, doesn't it? This is the start out for my willow tree. Good morning to all of my twisted friends. Yes, you saw me. I started early this morning. I'm creating a willow and a dogwood, and in this video I want to show you 2 different ways you can do that, creating your wire trees. Hi, my name is Carol, artist of Onlytrees, and I hope that you'll enjoy this video. This is what my willow branches look like when they're complete. How do I do that? Well, I take that piece that I used with the drill, and then I take another group of wires, 24 inches long, putting them in the middle of the twisted branch that I created using the drill. In the middle, twisting, and making loops. Yes, I'm making loops. These loops are about 1 inch long, and then bringing the wire up into that wire that I have already twisted with the drill, and then twist the loop all the way to the end. You get this tiny little circle, and then continue on. Another twist, maybe another 1 inch long loop, twist it into that branch that I've already created all the way down till you can't twist it any further. Bring it back up, twist a couple times on that piece that you've already created, and then repeat about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. It does not have to be that long, and they can be longer, but twisting that loop all the way to the end. And the wire that I have left over, I just twist that right in to the branch that I've already have started. Oh, nope, I decided to make a shorter one. Fooled me. Okay, so I have a short one, and then those little tags that are in there, I'm twisting into the branch. And then for the other half, because I still have the 12 inches left over, I want to do the same thing using that wire up. Now with this loop, I'm making it almost 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches long. Twisting that loop all the way down to the end until you can't twist it any further. Twisting that long piece of wire all the way until you can't twist it any further. And then I decided to make another loop. Twisting that all the way down. I still have wire left, and I'm just going to twist that right in to the drilled branch that I created earlier. And this is what I got. It just makes your willow tree a little bit more fuller. Yeah, more wire, of course. And then this is add-on wire to your tree. Now, of course, we have these loops at the bottom, and if I can, I do twist them till you can't see them anymore. But if you don't want to take the time, there's not too much waste in this part. I'll just go ahead and snip those ends off to make them nice and clean. Just a new idea for that next willow tree that you might be creating. Just a little bit different for fullness on your next willow tree. The next part of this video is the white dogwood flowers. All right, here goes. Okay, the white dogwood flowers. Here we go. And I've got to tell you, I'm doing these with different wire. This is white wire. It is in lengths of 24 inches and one gold strand in 24 inches, but this wire is a 24 gauge wire. I have to tell you, doing it with a 24 gauge wire when I'm used to using a 22 gauge wire is a little bit tougher. So if you have not tried creating white dogwoods or pink dogwood flowers, practice first. I don't want you yelling at me while you're trying to create these beautiful flowers. In fact, using the 24 gauge, it is so flexible and a little bit easier to bend, so it might be a benefit for those who are trying. Now, as you can see, I am making loops. Putting the loops together with my thumb and twisting 3 half turns, and then making a loop right next to it about the same size, and twisting the 2 wires together 3.5 turns, and then the loop that I had just placed next to it 3 half turns. With the space in between the 2 loops that I just created, I have enough wire to create 2 more loops. Don't forget, twist, half turns, 3 half turns for each loop, and then 3 half turns for the wire that you're connecting it to. Oh, I have room for one more, so let's do this. 3 half turns for each loop, creating a loop right next to the one that I just finished, connecting your wires together, 3 half turns, and then don't forget that last loop, 3 half turns. That's not too bad. And this is kind of what you want it to look like when you've created the loops. All right, here we are on the next step. After your loops are complete, you want to take your white loops and place one loop on each side with your gold loop in the middle. I'm glad I have fingernails. This 24 gauge white is really different for me. If you don't have fingernails, I would suggest maybe using a toothpick. Left-handed, right-handed, the toothpick might, and I do say might, help you split open those loops after you've created them. But don't forget, the gold needs to be in the middle and the 2 white loops on each side. Now don't get frustrated. This does look like a mess, And yes, it does take time. 2 more loops to go, and we can move on to the next step. There we go. The other nice thing is, while you have the wire in your hand, is to straighten out those loops, because in the next step, we will be working on the gold wire. Okay, now find the pointiest needle nose pliers that you have so we can work on that gold center for the white dogwood flower. Putting that point of your needle nose pliers in the middle of your gold loop and slowly twist inward about 3 half turns, pushing in, making it as small as you can without breaking that wire, and you get this effect. You want to do this all the way through each gold loop. Slowly pushing inward and twisting, and it's about 3 half turns till you get it in there. But it does a really nice effect. Taking your time doing this. If you twist too far, you'll break that center gold loop right off. I have this on a little bit faster speed to get through it. But as you can see, if you're watching, you can count in how many times I'm twisting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the last loop, 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's that set. Now for the petals. Taking those pointy needle nose pliers at the very middle of your white petal, and you see, this 24 gauge white wire is really soft for me. I don't often make my flowers with a 24 gauge. Don't get frustrated though. All right, let's try this again. The middle of the petal, and you're doing a push in with your needle nose pliers, and then taking the points of your needle nose pliers to get that petal. All right, let's try it again. Slowly push inward with just a little tweak. Get your points of your needle nose pliers in there and squeeze them just a little bit to get that petal effect on the white dogwood flower. Having patience, taking it slow. If you get frustrated, just try it again. Not every flower is going to be perfect. Nice and slow. Take your needle nose pliers, the pointiest ones you have, will be making your petals easier to create. Pushing inward with a little tweak, getting the points of your needle nose pliers in between the 2 loops that are almost complete, and pinch them together. You got this. You can do it. This is not an easy flower to create, and it will take practice. So take the time, practice it with some 24 gauge or 22 gauge wire. Get the effect that you want to get, and you will get this. This does take time. I think I really do like my 22 gauge wire when I create the dogwood flower. But it can be done. All right, we've got one side done. Let's work on the other. Taking that needle nose pliers, the pointiest ones you have will help you get in between those petals that you're trying to create with the white wire and pinching them together. And the next one, the very center, pushing in and then pinching. So grab your wire and watch this video. And if you are bored, watch it again. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I hope that you're enjoying this video creating white dogwood flowers. Many of you have asked for me to show this again, and I am more than happy to do so. Just 2 more petals to complete for this strand of white dogwood flowers. All right, now times this by 50 and you'll be able to create your tree, I would say between a 6 and 8 inch tree. Oh my God, I am so sorry. That was torture. I know it, but I don't know what to say. I hope that you got some benefit out of this video creating a white dogwood flower. My true favorite is the 22 gauge. This was a 24 gauge, but practice, practice, practice to get the concept. Create those dogwood flowers. Guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you are by chance enjoying these videos, I hope you will subscribe. Hit that bell button. It'll let you know when I put another video up. And until then, I hope you're having an awesome day, and we will talk soon.